All right, everybody. Today is a major day of technical difficulties. So the message is actually very loud and clear from yesterday, so I'm just going to keep rolling with it. I didn't get yesterday's video up, but it's kind of continuing on for me today, so that's all right. It is Tuesday, January 24th, 2023. And yesterday I was sitting at the river in the morning. I was lounging on this beautiful tree that had fallen. It had been rooted in the water, and with all the extra flow of the river, it just toppled over. It was probably about 40 feet long. It was at the end of a path where you kind of had to stop, climb over it in order to continue on. So I was sitting there, I was letting the sun hit my cheeks, I was connecting with my higher power, I was asking for a sign of something to help me move through the rest of my day. And I start to hear somebody talking, and I open my eyes and look over, and there's this woman, and she's with her husband, and they had 2 dogs with them. And she looks at me and she says, "Well, I walked all the way over here so I could sit there." And so I took a breath and I looked at her and I said, "There's plenty of room. You're welcome to join me." And she kind of looked at me like, "Wait, you're not going to just get up and leave? You're not going to give me my tree?" And I just put my feet back up on the tree and closed my eyes and went back into my meditation. She slowly walked over and found a seat on the tree because there was plenty enough space. And I finished my meditation and I got up and turned around and told her to have a beautiful day and made my way back. What had come to me during my meditation was the word control. Learning how to surrender, learning how to let go of expectations, learning how to let go of the actions of other people and not letting it disturb my inner peace, which is something that I really want to work on this year. And so as I made my way back to the car, there was this beautiful song that came on my playlist, Divine Surrendering. And it talked about how things that are meant for you will flow to you. And if they're not, it's time to let go of the control and let it flow away. And so, divine intervention, divine timing. I had been asking my higher power for something to show me in a way that I could move through the rest of my day without overthinking an experience that I was moving through. And voila, the lesson was right there. I had to let go of what she thought of me. I had to let go of this idea that the space that I was in was being disturbed. I had to let go of the idea that the experience that I was moving in was then ruined. I surrendered, and it allowed me to keep peaceful inside and not get agitated or frustrated or disappointed that I didn't have enough time there, because I chose. I chose to stay calm on the inside, and I chose to surrender and say, yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that lesson. I see it now. And so where in your life today could you use a little surrendering and control? Where could you use a little lessening in maybe holding on to what somebody thinks of you or the actions that you're moving through in life? Where in your life could you let go of control of expectations of outcomes? We get monkey mind and the things start to spin around and round. I wish it went this way, that way. How is it going to go? And it takes us away from the present moment and being in that sweet spot of going, life is still fucking amazing and beautiful and serene if I allow it to be. So reflect on that today. Reflect on this idea of settling into your higher power gifting you these lessons, your higher power being the one that's really in control. In the practice of yoga, we learned that the only control we have is how we show up to the world and how we respond to the things that are laid before us. And it's a practice, probably a lifelong one. I've had all these technical difficulties this morning, and I'm like, the clock is ticking. You got shit to do, Michelle. But the lesson is to just surrender to it. And if I want to get it done, I'll keep moving forward. The other things will get pushed aside at some point. It's all a choice. Life is a choice and how we move through it. And I am really focusing on myself after this 10-day cleanse of settling into the idea that what's meant to happen in that day is going to happen. What's okay with being pushed aside is just going to get pushed aside. And if it's important to me, I'll revisit it and come back to it. I've not been fretting over this 30 days, 30 messages in 30 days, because there's been some days that it's just not going to come out of me, or technically. And so here I am going, okay, I'm almost at 30 days. What have I learned? I've learned that I need to be patient. I've learned that it's okay to put myself first. If the messages aren't coming to me, if the technical difficulties are overwhelming to where the videos aren't getting recorded, it's just getting scrapped for the day. That's it. It's okay. The world's not going to end if Michelle doesn't speak. That's the reality. My body is still feeling completely amazing after this 10-day cleanse, and I'm so hoping that I can keep on some of the products over the next few months. I am going to try my best to stick to a plant-based diet moving forward, maybe having an occasional grass-fed beef. I do love salmon, fresh salmon, so that's going to be a hard one to give up, but, in doable amounts. One of the things that's been gifted to me from this cleanse is the past at least 3 nights I've been able to modify my restless legs medication. That's huge. I've been on that medication for over 20 years, and I've been able to drop it down 0.25 milligrams the past 3 nights. Yeah, that's big. I'm on 1 milligram, and leading up to the cleanse, there have been nights that I had been actually taking a little bit more because of the emotional eating that I was doing. It was making me sick in my body. And so remind yourself of that too, of control. What's the food that you eat, that you're putting in your body, the power that it has over you is controlling. It's controlling how you feel, how you think, how you move. And so if you want something different, you have to make the choices. You have to make the choices to do something different. And it's not easy. If you'd like support in that, you can reach out to me and I will guide you as best I can in what's worked for me. And I think that's it for the day. I'm going to go fix a new skillet of Brussels sprouts and prepare for my 4:30 class. And be present. Be present today. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate the likes and the comments and all of those things. So have a beautiful rest of your day. Cheers.